Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. So today's video, we're gonna take off these press-on nails. As you see, one has fallen off and a few of them are ready to pop off. Now I'm not popping them off because I don't want to damage my nail. So the soak off method is the safest way to remove off your press off nails. So continue watching if you'd like to see the process. So here we have a bowl with coconut oil. Now you can use any oils like jojoba oil, argan oil, olive oil, any oil that you have you can use. Then we use Dawn dish soap with some hot water. Now this, you want to make sure it's not too hot where your hand can nicely sit in the water for an extended period of time. Sometimes if it's too hot, just wait a little bit and it will cool down. Now I'm just mixing it all together just to make sure the product is all mixed. I'm using my little cuticle pusher. Pretty much use this throughout the video and you'll see me using this. Now, if you do have press-on sets from a luxury press-on brand, it does come with a wooden tool that you can use. I'm just using this tool because it's the easiest for me. So what I'm doing is creating an opening at the cuticle area so that the liquid can kind of seep through and help dissolve the glue in the middle. So I do that with all the nails. So as you previously saw on my left hand, a lot of those nails were already coming off. And on my right side, I was honestly having a struggle trying to remove these press-on nails. And you'll see in the continuation of this video, I must have prepped this nail so good that these press-on nails did not want to pop off. It was just a huge struggle. Now you don't want to just pop these nails off because they do, they can create a lot of damage and tear the top layer of your nail off, and it's just not good. If you want to have healthy nails, it's not a good idea to just rip the press-on nails off. These are not cheap drugstore press-on nails where you can just pop them off and that don't create damage to your nail bed. These are a luxury gel press-on nails that I created, and they just don't come off easily if you correctly prep your nails. This set has been on for a good 8 days, and as you see, if you continue watching the video, I did have a struggle removing the press-on nails on my right hand, but on my left hand they popped off fairly nicely. So I am here to tell you all that soaking off your press-on nails can sometimes take up to 30 minutes. Yes, you heard that. From my experience, I've done this multiple times, and every time I try to time myself to see how long it takes. Some nails pop off fairly quickly, while others take a long time. And throughout the process, sometimes I have to heat the water up at least 2 to 3 times, because once this solution gets cold, the adhesive doesn't dissolve as quickly. So you always want to make sure that the water temperature is nicely warm. As you can see on my left side, the nails popped off fairly easily. You don't want to struggle. As you see, it was a little struggle. So I'm just going to move on to the next nail, and I'm going to create a little bit more space between the press on and my nail bed. Now I don't want to do it too hard. You want to be gentle because you don't want to damage your natural nail bed. I know a lot of people say, or a lot of content creators and a lot of brands, luxury press-on brands, do say that it takes about 15 minutes, and I'm here to disclaim that is incorrect. I've tried this multiple times. I've tried different techniques. I've even tried using half lukewarm water, dish soap, and acetone. And it took the same amount of time. It will take sometimes longer than 15 minutes to soak off your press-on nails, ladies. I just want to disclaim that to you. Now, this will not be a 30-minute long video with just soaking my nails. I did cut the video up so that way it wasn't a long video of just seeing my fingernails in the solution. But I did want to show you the process of it all and showing that sometimes it is a struggle. As you see, that popped off fairly nicely. Sometimes it takes a while for one nail to pop off, and you'll see that mainly on my left hand. My right hand, I apologize. My left hand came off fairly easily because they were ready to come off. And my right hand nails were just not ready to pop off, and that's why it took longer for them to soak off. So here I'm just trying to create a little bit more space between the press-on nails and my natural nail bed. As you see here, the thumb just did not want to lift at all. I had to create some sort of space. I'm trying not to be too rough because I don't want to damage my natural nail bed. But again, I want to create some space in between the press-on nails and my natural nail bed. And I'm just looking at my nails. They look good. Not too much damage. My nails are fairly thin because I do apply press-on nails fairly often, and I'm constantly cleaning and buffing my nails. Now, for somebody who wants to make sure they have completely healthy nails, I don't advise overly prepping your nails as far as like buffing and doing the cuticle. You could just push back the cuticle and put the press-on nails without buffing the nails. But this will not make your press-on nails last as long as it should. Now here I did go and heat up the water some more. So as you see, I'm kind of dipping in and out my nails because the water is a little too hot for me to sit in. So I'm just trying to get that temperature right. So I'm just like waiting a little bit, checking the temperature, dipping it back in. And once I feel like the water is nicely warm where I can sit my nails in, I will go ahead and do that. As you see, one of the nails popped off fairly easily, but the other ones are just not budging as much. So again, you just got to keep soaking it in the solution till you feel the nail popping off nicely without a struggle. Okay, as someone who is impatient as myself, sitting in a water solution for 15 minutes is not ideal. So maybe that's why I struggle, because I'm constantly like taking my nails out or my hands out of the solution and checking. And maybe I just need to be patient. Let me know in the comments below if I am doing something wrong, ladies, because every time I do this, it's like a struggle with one hand. One hand comes off easy, the other hand is always a problem. And for some reason, my right hand is always the one that gives me a struggle with popping off my press-on nails. So if you ladies have any suggestions or any comments to my previous statement about it taking longer than 15 minutes, let me know in the comments below. Again, if you're still here watching, I truly appreciate you. make sure you subscribe to my channel, like the video, and press that bell button. I'll truly appreciate it. So again, as you see, I'm taking a nice soak bath again. And it has been, I would say, about so far 20 minutes. I know in the video it doesn't show that it's been 20 minutes because I kind of stopped the video and continue soaking, but it has been about 20 minutes. Next time I promise to put a timer and show you guys how long it takes me. I think that's what I should do. But I was watching podcasts while I was recording this video, and I watched about 2 podcasts throughout doing this video. So I know it took longer than 15 minutes to do this soak off method. As you see, my hand is still soaking in the water. Whew, another nail popped off. I got to the point where I'm like, that metal thing was just too thick, where I just wanted to use my nail to help create more space, and I felt like it created less damage to my nail. So this is what I did. Instead of using the cuticle pusher, it was just too thick to put in between the nails. I wanted something that was a little bit more thinner, where I can try and create a little bit more space between the press on nails and my natural nail bed. Now these two were truly a struggle, especially the thumb. The thumb did not want to budge, and sadly I did create a little bit of damage on both these nails, and you'll see in the continuation of this video where how I correctly clean my nails, prep the nails once I remove the press on nails. So I noticed I said nail bed a lot, and I actually meant my natural nail plate. I apologize for the incorrect word that I kept using. I just noticed it once I heard the voiceover, and I was just like, what? It's the nail plate, not the nail bed Azure. So as you see, this nail was almost about to pop off, and I got to the point where I'm just like, I'm just gonna make it happen and rip it off. Not really rip it off, because as you see, it did pop off, but on one side of the nail, I had to kind of be a little bit more rough, and as you see, that the nail created a little bit of rippage on the first layer of the natural nail plate, and that's what causes damages to the nail plate. So the thumb was just not coming off. So I was like, let me try and put maybe acetone in between the nail. So that is what I'm doing, putting a little bit of acetone in between the nail plate and the press on nails to try and help that adhesive dissolve a little bit quickly. And it just wasn't budging, you guys. I'm not sure why. And at this point, the water just kind of got a little cold again, and I did not want to go downstairs to make the water warmer. So I was just like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get this nail off one way or another. And thankfully, I didn't create too much damage when I did eventually pop off this nail. So I'm going to go ahead and soak off that nail again and try to get this nail off. And I'm going to try a little harder to create more space. So I go ahead and do that while not being too rough. Now, one side gets a little bit stuck, and I go ahead and just kind of rip it off, which you should not do. I advise you not doing this because it will create damage to your natural nail plate. But I had damaged this nail at a bar accident, like always. So this side of my nail is just kind of jacked up, as you see. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm here to tell you it is. Because, we always point out our little flaws. But as you see, my right hand has a little bit more damage to the nail plate. And honestly, I hate it. But it is nothing that is not fixable. So once I get all the press outs out of the solution, I'm going to go ahead and dry it, and then dry my nails as well before buffing out my nails. Now, the reason I am buffing out my nails, I am trying to get out any ridges in that first layer of my natural nail plate, so that way I can get back to healthy nails. Because right now, after removing the press-on nails on my right hand, it created a little bit of damage to the natural nail plate. And this is why you don't rip off your nails, ladies. This will cause a lot of damage. Thankfully, it's not too much damage to my nails. It was only like 2 of my nails that had a little bit of damage because I was just kind of sick of it at this point and wanted to take them off. So as you see, I'm just lightly buffing my nails and not doing it so harshly. Now on the index finger and the thumb, I did have a little bit of tear on the first layer of my natural nail plate. So I try and make it even. So I do go a little bit harder. As you see, I'm going ahead and pulling that off and then buffing it so that way it is nice and smooth. And this helps this helps the process of getting back to healthy nails. So I repeat the same process on my left hand as well, also making sure I am removing any adhesive that is still on the natural nail plate. I'm going to push back my cuticles because it's something that I like to do. Now, I am going to put this out there. This is something you do not have to do, ladies, especially if you're very weary of bacteria or infections. I advise that you don't do this because this can cause infections if you do this incorrectly. Again, this can cause bacteria to get into your nail plate or your nail root, and it can cause infections. So I don't advise you do this, and this is also one step I don't advise everybody to do if you aren't a professional. Now, this is something I just feel like I have to do, but I do it carefully where I am just clipping the dead skin, where I am not cutting myself, because once you cut yourself, you are opening the door to infections. So I just want to disclaim that this is a step that you don't need to do, but this is something that a lot of nail technicians and professional cosmetologists and manicurists do to make sure that the polish stays on and does not chip. They say that this does help the polish stay on better. And from my experience, it does. It does help when you prep your cuticle to make your sets last longer. And it just makes your nails look so much prettier. Now, not everybody has that excess dead skin layer above their nail plate at the nail root area, but I tend to grow a lot of cuticle. So I always cut my cuticle, but I do it where I do not hurt myself, where I don't cut myself and open the door to infections. Now, if I do cut myself, I do clean it properly with peroxide, alcohol, anything that is going to clean that cut. But I don't advise you do this if you've never done this before. Now, as you see, the easiest way of cutting your cuticle is getting it all at one cutting, where you're not pulling at it. You're kind of gliding the nippers to your nail plate and your cuticle, and you're only getting the dead skin cells. Now, this is just as satisfying to do as it is to watch and see all the dead skin on the table. Now, once I go ahead and do that to all the nails, I go ahead and file all my nails. Now, I didn't get that all on video, but I am filing down my nails because I want to make them shorter. And I go ahead and round the corners of my nails because if they're too square, they are more likely to break or catch on to anything, and that will cause my nails to break. So I will always go ahead and round the corners. Now, when I do have my natural nails on and no press-on nails on, I am more of a short squirrel nails. Don't know if I said that correctly, but when I do have press-on nails, I love the almond. I love the round shape, but with my natural nails, I like square or squirrel, however you say that. I believe it's squirrel. So I'm going ahead and making sure that I file all my nails to my desired look. I go ahead and do that, and once I do that, I apply one of my favorite cuticle oils, and you'll see what cuticle oil I am talking about. Now I'm going ahead and grabbing the buffer just to buff the underside of the nail, just to make sure that nothing catches, because sometimes when you do file your nails, it creates like cracks on the bottom of your nails, if that makes any sense. So I like to always go back with the buffer and just kind of smooth out the bottom of my nails. It makes them less sharp, if that makes any sense. So let's clean up this mess with my little duster brush. I love this cute little duster brush. Now I'm going to grab the napkin and put it at the edge of the table and just kind of sweep any of the dust off the table. I wish I had a duster, not a duster. Not a duster. A dust collector. I really want to get a dust collector, but at the moment I have to be responsible with my finances, and as much as I would love the Kiara Sky dust collector, it is $300, and right now I just can't see me buying a $300 dust collector. But I'm going in with alcohol wipes just to clean that dust off my nails. And now, again, with my favorite cuticle oil from Valentino. It's actually V Beauty Pure now, and I love this cuticle oil. It is my absolutely favorite cuticle oil. It smells so good. It's nourishing to my cuticle area, and it's just so beautiful, and it truly just helps create a natural, healthy nail. If you don't have cuticle oil, ladies, I say you invest in cuticle oil, because this will make sure that you have healthy nails, and we love healthy nails. So I want to say thank you all for those that are still here and watch till the end, and let me know what you think, any comments, any suggestions in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.